This episode was made possible thanks to generous supporters on Patreon. Good day, guitar fellows, and welcome to another episode of Dr. Zerner's Guitar Lab. Today we're talking about why your guitar playing is messy and how to fix that in an efficient way. And since this is a quite big topic, I decided to split the video in two parts for the sake of better comprehension and not flooding you with too much information to process. So, in this video I will address the fretting hand and the finger independence, so let's get started. Finger independence is something that's quite overlooked, and people usually think that they can acquire this automatically with playing, but this is actually not true. And finger independence is something that needs to be trained like everything else. And for that purpose, I prepared some exercise for you which can help you to develop this ability and therefore become a better guitar player. The first exercise that I want to show you is something that I call the holding fingers exercise. It's very simple but very efficient, and here's how to do it. We start with 4-note sequence on the first string, but what's important here that we need to hold each finger pressing, and then when we move on the next string, to move one finger at a time. It might look easy, but actually it's not so easy. So here's how it goes. And the second part is a little bit harder because we need to go upwards, and usually you might notice that in this position when you try to play the note on the higher string, it usually gets muffled because of the pinky or sometimes even the ring finger, and you get this type of sound. So this is something that you really need to pay close attention to. This is how it goes upwards. The next exercise that I want to show you is about string skipping. It's something that develops the finger independence even further, and it's based on a very simple sequence. We are pairing the fingers like that, as first finger presses on the 5th fret on 6th string, third finger presses on 5th string, 7th fret. The next set of fingers is pressing on the 6th fret on 6th string and 8th fret on 5th string, so we get this. And then we just reverse the pair of fingers in such a way that we start on the 6th string with the 3rd finger, and then we press with the 1st finger on the 5th string. So the whole sequence goes like that. And then you can just start the metronome and play along. And if you wish, you can play on 8 notes. If you want to develop your finger independence even further, you can just try to modify this exercise by moving one of the strings higher and higher to getting this. Here, instead of 5th string, I'm playing the 4th, so I'm playing 6th and 4th. You can go even further, playing 6th and 3rd, for example, or 6th and 2nd, or 6th and 1st. And if you have more than 6 strings, you can go even further. The last exercise that I want to show you is a sequence of 6 notes which we play on 3 strings. So it goes like this. It's done by pairing fingers. In this case, I will show you the option with these 2 fingers against these 2. You can play along with different combinations, like these 2 versus these 2, or these 2 versus these 2. The sequence goes like that. And then we play another 6-note sequence starting from the 5th string from here. And then another sequence starting from the 4th string. And final sequence starting from 3rd string. So the whole exercise looks like that. And of course, it's a good idea to play the same type of exercise in the opposite direction, starting from the 1st string, and for even better effect, you can start with an upstroke. Of course, here I'm exaggerating the peak movements, just for you to see what's actually happening, but keep in mind that they actually need to be very tiny. Also, make sure that you always play these exercises with metronome and pay attention to the tempo that you're playing to, because you don't want to get too fast, and also you want to be very precise and not swaying around like... So that's everything for today's video. If you like my work, please consider supporting me on Patreon up here. Also, subscribe to my channel, click the like button, also click that small bell button so you can get informed when I upload new video. See you next time, and remember, practice makes perfect.